Alright, what's up? Whoever's here. I'm out here in the Arts District currently on a beautiful but very slow day. Out on this thing trying to make a few dollars, and that might be all I make today is a few dollars. Well, what are you gonna do? I got to do some scooter riding on a nice day. It's Main Street over there. First Street right here. This is where they do First Friday, every first Friday night of the month. Right along here. If you've never been to that, it's like it started as like an art show. Local artists could sell their work, whatnot, and now it's just kind of like a swap meet. Hey, welcome to everybody who just joined. Thanks for the thumbs up, appreciate you. I'm out here in the Arts District waiting for things to happen. I just rode all the way back from the Strip. I took a delivery down to the Palazzo. I started here in the Arts District, or just kind of a couple blocks that way. I went to Houston's Hot Chicken. Hey, what's up? Good to see you again. I went to Houston's Hot Chicken, picked up a delivery. It was going down to the Strip on, Las Vegas Boulevard. What's it called? The Hilton Grand Vacations. I go there all the time. Not a big deal. Easy to get to. And then, why am I getting data warnings on my phone when I have unlimited data on my phone plan? I don't know. Nothing makes any sense anymore. Anyway, so yeah, that was only like $5 and something, but I was like, oh, what the hell? It's not that hard of a delivery, a mile and a half. Should be quick and easy, and it was. And then I immediately got another ping. While I was still delivering that order, I got a ping for Luke's Lobster, which is a little tiny restaurant in front of the Fashion Show Mall on Las Vegas Boulevard, taking me a little further south, which is fine. Still not into the really congested parts. And that one was going to the Palazzo, which is kind of like diagonal across the street. And you'd think that'd be a quick and easy delivery, and it is. But it's still just to the, I couldn't ride this thing at all for that one because the sidewalks were just too congested. And on one side of the pedestrian bridge, the elevator and the escalator were broken, so I had to carry that thing up the stairs, then roll it all the way through the Palazzo Hotel. The guy wanted me to bring it to his room, but they don't let you do that, so I had to call him and have him meet me down, and that was easy enough. But that was still only like $7 and something. Normally I don't do those orders for less than 10 or 12 bucks because they are kind of time consuming and they can often be a hassle. But I don't know, on a Monday I just have a tendency to take what I can get as long as it's reasonable. But after that, I just started getting hit with lots of low payouts going further down the Strip, further south, where it's still very congested and just impossible to get around. I got an offer from a Shake Shack, the one in front of the Park MGM, as soon as I was leaving the Palazzo. And on this thing, when there's so many people out walking and half of the sidewalk is still closed over by the Bellagio, or the entire sidewalk is closed over by the Bellagio, it'd take like 45 minutes just to go and pick that order up. And all I was getting was just hits from stuff down there, and I couldn't do it. So I figured, okay, if it's hitting that hard on the Strip, there's got to be something going on downtown, which is where I am, where I live, where I prefer to deliver if it's possible. And just nothing on the way back, nothing at all. DoorDash, the whole delivery zone is gray. No action whatsoever. Normally on a Monday lunchtime, I'm taking a lot of stuff from the arts district, where I am now, to local offices, businesses, and stuff like that. Normally, on a decent day, I'd say one after another. On an average day, a few minutes in between. But today, just nothing. So I figured I'd take a break, let you guys take in the arts district a little bit, since there's nothing happening anyway, and I don't just want to roll around wearing out the battery on my scooter. Using up the battery on my scooter, I should say. Still got tons of battery left, but that doesn't matter if there's nothing to do. No orders to take. This is one thing that really sucks about gig work lately, particularly restaurant deliveries, is you can take the time, you can have everything ready, you can not do something else instead, and it doesn't mean that you're going to make any money necessarily. So I don't know, probably should have done something else today, but weekdays downtown are usually worth it because, like I said earlier, there's a lot of businesses ordering, office buildings and stuff, people at work that want to have some lunch and maybe don't have the time to go and get it, or just want to have it brought to them for whatever reason, and I can understand that. But I don't know, maybe they all called in sick today or something. They've been working on this building for a while. Even on Sundays, they're out here working on this building. I rode by it yesterday and they were doing something to the wall, the surface of the wall over by the sidewalk, and I was trying to get by and they had most of it blocked off. I don't know, making things nicer, that's good. I understand. I can appreciate that. Making some new office buildings or whatever. Hopefully more people will order stuff delivered and I can bring it to them. I don't know what's going on lately. It was pretty much dead all weekend. Just not worth being out on that thing trying to deliver any food. Not downtown or on the strip anyway. But normally Monday's a pretty good day. Everybody's going back to work. Nobody feels like really going out and getting anything. And I'm always happy to bring it to them, but just nothing. I was riding 6-7 miles an hour back from the Palazzo when I dropped that delivery off, and got no pings at all on either app, DoorDash and Uber Eats. And then I crossed back over into the downtown DoorDash delivery zone, which is different than the strip, and it normally asks you if you want to switch from the zone you're in, or from the zone you were in to the one that you're entering. And today it didn't do that because the zone I'm entering, the one I'm in now, is cold. It should be lunch rush and nothing's happening at all. Well, I've noticed DoorDash especially kind of seems to be on its way out around here. I've been doing it for over 6 years in the Las Vegas market, and for a while I'd say it was kind of up there at the top. When I started, it was definitely Grubhub. Grubhub was the top dog in town for a while, and now Grubhub is just barely a thing anymore around here. You almost forget about it. It's so like next to nothing anymore. and then DoorDash kind of took over. And those of us who were doing it at the time were all doing pretty well with DoorDash. I mean, I was still using a car in those days, and getting good deliveries pretty steadily. Now it seems like about 90, maybe 95% of the orders that I take are Uber Eats. And the interesting thing about that is, Uber Eats doesn't have like a cutoff. Anybody can jump in and deliver anytime they want, whereas, DoorDash kind of has a limit. So I'm still getting, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 offers from Uber Eats to every one DoorDash offer, and I'm taking, at least 9 out of 10 Uber Eats versus DoorDash lately. Here in this market, especially downtown and on the strip, for as long as I've been doing it, the Uber Eats orders are just a lot shorter distances. 1.5 miles, 2 miles. A really long Uber Eats order around here is maybe 4 miles. The other day I got a DoorDash offer going 18.2 miles for $5.25. I can't imagine anybody would ever take one of those for any reason. I can't believe they even send them anymore, but I guess kind of what I'm driving at is, around here anyway, it's been my observation that, everybody's really starting to hate DoorDash. Customers, dashers, even restaurants are complaining a lot about DoorDash. And the live stream I did yesterday, delivering with Ellen, commented to the effect that, she's waiting a lot sometimes, a good few minutes longer than she should be in restaurants. And that's been my experience with DoorDash lately. Almost every time I accept a DoorDash offer, I'm waiting at the restaurant for a few minutes, whereas when I jump on an Uber Eats, it's almost always ready to go or comes out, shortly after I get there to pick it up. And I know restaurants hate that too, because then, when a bunch of dashers start piling up and complaining and say, where the hell is my food? Why isn't it ready yet? And everything else. And it's not the restaurant's fault, because, DoorDash in a lot of cases sent them to, pick it up when they were in close proximity at the same time, or, close to it, that the restaurant got the order. So, it's not the restaurant's fault that the dashers are having to wait for a while. It's DoorDash's. And that's another reason that I think the restaurants are starting to hate DoorDash a lot. And one of them told me recently that they pay more to DoorDash than they do to Uber Eats and Grubhub. I don't know if that's true or not, but they say, DoorDash costs them the most and gives them the most problems, headaches, etc. And I know for me personally, the last few days, the DoorDash Dasher app has been really glitchy and sometimes hasn't even worked at all. I know they're doing some updates right now, and that never seems to go smoothly for some reason. And yesterday I was supposed to be able to cash out with FastPay, but the app wasn't working at the time, so now I just have money in limbo that's going to they're trying to send it to an account it's no longer active, and if I change it and update it in the Dasher app, I have to wait 7 days after that to get the money, which is kind of a hassle. So I don't know. It's just I don't know. And like I said, all the years that I've been doing DoorDash, it just seems like it gets worse and gets worse and gets worse and gets worse, and they still don't know what they want to be when they grow up. They're trying all these different things. Now, like the grocery delivery with DoorDash was an absolute flop, at least in this market. You know, there's so many better options to get your groceries delivered. And, you know, they put all their eggs in that basket for a while. You probably have seen some of the commercials where we get groceries and everything else. Well, why? You know, why don't you just work on being better at what you're already doing? Why, you know, try to get into all these other things when you can't even, you know, get right the things that you're already doing? So I don't know. If I had to call it right now, I'd say DoorDash is kind of slowly fizzling out. It's on its way out. And Grubhub is already hanging by a thread. You guys might have heard something a long time ago about when they kind of got the shit suit out of them. A huge class action. I actually participated in that. Is delivering on the strip good with a scooter? Yeah. Usually, except the strip is still, it's really congested because they're still taking down the Formula One stuff a month later, and they still have the sidewalk closed in front of the Bellagio, which is causing major congestion around like Center Strip area. So actually, if you missed this part of the stream earlier, I was actually down there on this thing earlier, and it kept trying to take me down to like Center Strip and South Strip, and it's just, you just can't get anywhere fast. So normally I'll still do it if the offers are good enough, but I mean, just for the time and hassle, the offers have got to be at least 12 to 15 bucks, and today they were $7, $8, a couple of $10, but they would have been a real hassle. So I mean, normally before they did any of the Formula One stuff, I think the Strip was a pretty good place to deliver on one of these. And it still is. It's just not as good as it was. And I'm definitely getting more Uber Eats orders down there than DoorDash. But like I was saying about like Grubhub, when they got sued, that big class action, they were putting us in timeout for multi-apping, basically. And they got sued basically out of business and had to sell the company to some European company, as I understand it, who I don't know if they still own it or not. But I mean, around here, you know, because of that and other things, I guess, Grubhub is just barely a thing in Las Vegas anymore. You almost never even hear about it. I never see any Grubhub drivers anymore. And I'm afraid that's going to happen to DoorDash now, because they're just not trying hard enough to be a player, you know? Like, Uber Eats has got it dialed in. It's simple, the app works, you know, the orders are usually ready when I get there, and the customers seem to be happier. You know, it's just like a lower nonsense platform. So I don't know. I'm calling it now. Remember I said this. I think DoorDash is on its way out, at least in the Las Vegas market. And again, I've been doing most of the apps. I started with Postmates, actually. I think that was the first one that I did, and that eventually turned into Uber Eats, but I was doing them separately before they became the same company, and then DoorDash, and then Grubhub shortly after that. And it's been, for me, it's been over 6 years doing this in this market, and I've watched Grubhub completely dissolve in that amount of time, and I think it's going to happen to DoorDash next. So, but the cream rises to the top, as they say, you know. The good companies are going to win out, and DoorDash just isn't trying hard enough to be a good company. But anyway, I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you guys, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. I guess I'm going to log back in and see if I can make a few more bucks. Well, I still got some juice in that thing. So we'll see how it goes, but you know, again, might do another live stream later. Might go down to the Fremont Street Experience, get some dinner, wander around, see what's what. So hopefully I'll see you again later, but I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And thanks again for hanging out with me, and I'll see you again soon.